Who? What? Guys, what in the world? There is not a single Joe Abercrombie on this list?
On this list?
My God! Go fuck yourself!
You guys are lucky. I almost decided not to upload this week. I have been consistent for years and thought I just need a 1 week break, man. Well, that all changed when, as of Thursday, October 15th, today, the day that I'm filming this, Times Magazine put up a list of what they think are the best 100 fantasy books of all time. The best of the best, the cream of the crop. As a fantasy connoisseur, I thought we would judge them and their choices. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more, and if you like what you see, a click on that thumbs up button down below really supports me and is always appreciated. I'm going to be honest with you, I probably haven't read like 80% of the books on this list. I tend to read a lot more lesser known adult fantasies, at least to the general public. Like Joe Abercrombie in the SFF community is going to be really well known, but out on the street, people probably thinking you're talking about the owner of Abercrombie and Fitch, and that's just going to embarrass both of you. I don't read a whole lot of books that have won big awards, like the Hugo Award for instance. I'm really bad at what I do is basically what I'm saying. I also don't read classics. School made me despise reading, and I feel like that's really affected me reading a lot more newer stuff, so like 2010 and later. It's bad, I know, but at least I'm reading now. That's all that matters. No gatekeeping here on this channel. So let's just throw my face in the corner and start this. So I have my laptop here, and obviously there's 100 books here, so I won't be able to talk about all of them. Are these all going to be absolute bangers? Probably not. Let's just start from the top of the list. Okay, so the first three right here off the bat, we have classics. I had a feeling most of this list was going to be that way, and it is what it is, and I really didn't want to start this video off negatively, but I see Alice in Wonderland, and I hate that book so much. It offended me on a personal level. That's the Devil's Book. I should have known it was going to be on here, but did it really have to be shoved in my face this early? Damn you, Alice. How much you want to bet Through the Looking Glass is on here too? I freaking knew it. Through the Looking Glass. Okay, I'll be honest, I did kind of enjoy Through the Looking Glass a little bit more than Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, but they still both suck in my opinion. Five Children and It, I don't know. Ozma of Oz, okay. Mary Poppins, classic. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, classic. The Palm Wine Drinkard, probably a classic. The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, probably a classic. It looks classic. Duh. This is very boring so far. Okay, The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien, okay. Okay, that deserves to be on this list. I wonder if they put all of the Lord of the Rings books on here or just that one. I guess we'll see. Oh, The Two Towers. Guessed it. The Return of the King. Guessed it. I kind of feel like that's a cop-out. Like, okay, we totally get it. Put Lord of the Rings, the first book, on here. The entire series, it counts. I feel like other books could have taken these slots. Yeah, this list is definitely going to make me feel very uncultured. Oh, A Wrinkle in Time, The Last Unicorn. I know that one's very beloved. I've never read it myself, but at least I recognize it. I'm just bored, honestly, with this list. The Princess Bride, okay, that deserves to be on here. The Blood Chamber, the BFG, Alana the First Adventure, like, oh, Howl's Moving Castle, okay, Redwall, okay. This list so far is like, name the most popular classic books, and this is the list. Not necessarily like the best fantasy of all time. This is the best classics of all time so far. So boring. The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. Obviously that deserves to be on here. I haven't read it myself, but I'm just gonna say it deserves to be on here because it's so beloved in the SFF community. Good Omens, okay. Is Mort by Terry Pratchett on here? That was my very first Terry Pratchett book and I didn't like it. I just sound very negative in this video. I am so sorry. Oh. Freaking Outlander, I hated that book too. Oh, I'm so sorry for a new subscriber. I promise I'm a positive person. The Golden Compass, Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. Oh, here we go, another Philip Pullman book. Oh, no, no, no. They better have not put every single Harry Potter book on this list. I will sue. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. That's a random Harry Potter book to throw in here. Also, like, we get it. It's an amazing series, but give another author that slot. A Storm of Swords. Is every Game of Thrones book on here? Ugh, we do have another Harry Potter book on here. Figures. The Half-Blood Prince. And then we have Mistborn. Freaking amazing. Actually sitting here right behind me. The Name of the Wind, that definitely deserves to be here. City of Glass, that's questionable. City of Glass, like, that wasn't even, like, the best one in the series, in my opinion, at all. Like, how did they make the decision that City of Glass deserved to be here out of all of the other books? Unless they are all on here, that's very weird. And then we have N.K. Jemisin, That Woman Deserves to be on this list. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, I have not read that one. I don't think that one's going to be for me, but I know a lot of people who really love it, so you guys are probably happy about that. The Song of Achilles, okay. A lot of these books have won, like, the Goodreads Choice Awards in their specific genre category, so a lot of this makes sense. What doesn't make sense is Angel Fall. That's very strange. Like, best fantasy of all time? Isn't that, like, more dystopian? I thought that was more dystopian. Angel Fall. What the heck? The Bone Clocks by David Mitchell, The Buried Giant. Okay. And Ember in the Ashes. I've never read it. I know a lot of people love it, so maybe that's why. The 5th season. The Grace of Kings. Own it. Haven't read it, but I'm really excited for it. Six of Crows. I actually prefer the Grisha trilogy more than the Six of Crows duology. Yes, I'm one of those people. I gave Six of Crows 3 out of 5 stars. I found it okay. But I did enjoy Crooked Kingdom a little bit more. The Wrath and the Dawn? No way. What? Why? And then we have the sequel to An Ember in the Ashes. And then the sequel to The Grace of Kings. I wish they would have saved these slots for other books so badly. Beast the Maid of Night by Tochi Ubuchi. I don't know a single person who actually liked that book, but we'll move on. Ooh, okay, so we have Jade City by Fonda Lee. Great choice. Arusha and the End of Time, which is a middle grade fantasy. That's really exciting to see on this list. Bianca and Erosia. What? Wait a second, what's the Goodreads rating for that? 3.80. Okay, that's not low at all. That's actually good. Okay. Children of Blood and Bone. A lot of people like that series. Circe by Madeline Miller. I'm pretty sure this was a Goodreads Choice Award winner, so I see why that's on this list. Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri. Okay. The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. Totally well deserved on this list. It's an adult Asian inspired fantasy series. I highly recommend it. Song of Blood and Stone, Trail of Lightning. There's definitely some very obscure fantasy I'm noticing on this list, like books that not a lot of people talk about. Oh, The Dragon Republic. Okay, I don't mind this sequel being on this list. I love those two books, but I still think they should have saved the slot for another author. Then again, we have another sequel, Children of Virtue and Vengeance. Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I read Mexican Gothic by this author, and I love this so much. And it's ironic that I love fantasy, and I have yet to read her fantasy book. I went straight for her paranormal thriller horror, but I'm very excited for this one. I actually have it on my Kindle. Ooh, Queen of the Conquered by Kaysen Callender, another book that I read and I actually really enjoyed. And I'm very surprised to see it on this list because I feel like it's incredibly underrated. So that's great. The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. That is a really great book. I loved that one. And then we have another YA fantasy, We Hunt the Flame. A lot of people enjoyed that one. Wait, no, is that it? Wait, is that it? Nah. What? Who? What? Did I really go through 100 books? So, how do we feel? So I can definitely name some authors that are missing on this list. R.A. Salvatore. Definitely. John Gwynne. Definitely. Joe Abercrombie? Joe Abercrombie. There is not a single Joe Abercrombie on this list? Guys, what in the world? I think those are the 3 authors I'm most surprised by. R.A. Salvatore, who is incredibly well known for his Drift series. Steven Erikson, he wasn't on this list either. Alex Iharo, too. I would have loved to see her on this list. Wait, there wasn't any Sarah J. Maas on this list? This is obviously me just, like, confused. Oh, The Witcher. I am really surprised the Witcher series wasn't on this list. I mean, it's not, like, mind-blowing. I loved it. But it did get turned into a TV show and a video game series for a reason? Okay, so I guess that was the top 100 fantasy books of all time. 2 Times Magazine. I'm super incredibly happy for all of the authors that were on here. I'm so sorry if I sounded really negative throughout this video. That wasn't my intention. So my overall thoughts, some choices are strange, but everyone has a different taste and perspective on what they think is best of all time. Just be glad fantasy is getting the spotlight, and people who maybe don't read regularly might just so happen to find a book on this list enticing and then read more, and I think that's beautiful. So what are your thoughts? I really want to know what your opinions are on this list. What have you read? What will you be reading from it? Tell me everything in the comments. Everything juicy. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Follow me on Instagram at Holly Hearts Books and on Twitter Holly Niece, and until we meet again, happy reading.